Yeah, if you want to be a politician, you scare the shit out of me. Dude, that's why I'm like, okay, so I don't like getting into politics that much, but you can't trust Dr. Oz, right? Let me be an unknown pet, like the sloth. You can't trust Dr. Oz. The dude who's making like 8 figures on television is the easiest job of all time, just lying to people about like medical advice. He wants to go be a senator for like $150,000 a year. I don't trust that. He's got ulterior motives, man. I've said it before that I think that it's one of the problems with like democracy is that at least the way we have it set up. Look at this. Holy cow, 5-7. One of the problems with democracy is that you can only vote for people who want to run. I think we need malicious democracy where I guess you could write in a vote for anybody for president or prime minister, but I think if you choose to run for public office, I don't want you to win because nobody should ever want to like be the mayor, make less than they could make in private industry, and like get bogged down in bullshit about like should there be a bike lane on Broadway? It takes 7 years and thousands of hours of meetings where people just get up and they're like, but the parking, but the parking. You should be able to vote for the best person for the job, and if you get elected, you can't refuse because you would be so good and so pure that you would never want to do it because you would have power and you would feel uncomfortable with it. You can be like conscripted to be the prime minister or something like that. That's the way that it should work. I don't want anybody running for president that like from the time they were 15 they want to be the president. It doesn't make sense to me. It's so based it hurts. Okay, that's how I know that I'm wrong, but that's okay. What do you suggest? I think that every election, there should be no candidates. Hear me out. Just hear me out here. Okay, what is this team? There should be no candidates. And everybody should just write in the person that they think would be the best at the job. And then whoever wins loses. They get to be the prime minister or the president now. They don't get to be, sorry, they have to be. It would just be celebrities. Okay, I gotta think about it. It's like City Hall by Tenacious D, all right? My second decree, no more rich people or poor people. From now on, they'll just... all right, we gotta think about this one. We'll lead us to kings. We'll really lead us to kings. I had to think about it, okay? But one thing I know for sure is that I do not want to... I don't want to vote for somebody who's like, ever since I was 9, I want to be the president. Because, like, that's not like... That's a huge red flag. You're not like, I want to be the president so I can, like, fix things. You're like, I want to be the president because they're, like, at the top of the damn food chain. That's scary to me. If you had like an agenda, if you're like, oh, when I was 9, I really got into the idea of like land value tax, then I would be like, okay, at least there's like, you want to impose a land value tax. To do that, you have to be the president. But when people are just like, oh, I've always wanted to be the president, I'm like, you're fucking crazy, man. That's insane. If you had to be the head of state of any country, what country would you pick? I mean, you're gonna like trying to get me canceled or something like that. I'll tell you, I definitely would not want to be like the president of the United States or the prime minister of Canada, because like it seems like you get almost nothing done, and your reward for that is being like demonized by 49% of the population. It seems like it would be like the most fun to be like a dictator. If you could separate the morals of like not caring about any of your people or anything like that, it seems like they have a lot of fun. It seems like Kim Jong-un is having a lot of fun. I'm not saying that it makes him a good leader. I'm just saying that if I chose a fate for myself, I guess I would want to make all the decisions. Like the George W. Bush quote, right? George W. Bush, 2002, I believe he said, dictatorship seems good as long as I'm the dictator. You could also just be, yeah, you could, that's the thing. If you're a dictator, you could just be like a good dictator. It just seems like at least like if you wanted to get bike lanes on Broadway, then you could be like, guess what? They're coming in tomorrow. Whereas right now, if you want bike lanes on Broadway, there's an amendment to a bill, to a motion, to it's 11 p.m. We got the city council needs to go home. We don't meet again for another month. We got et cetera, right? You could just be like, screw that. Bike lanes on Broadway right now. There's bike lanes on Broadway? Not on the Broadway in Vancouver. I don't care about New York. You already got that cool mayor, right? Didn't he say that the unique crystals in New York give the city a certain kind of energy? Okay, because turtles exist in this game, I kind of feel like the wasp could go off. He's not cool. He watches Rick and Morty. I saw that video of him. He was at the club with Cara Delevingne. He was like drinking a beer and Cara Delevingne was dancing like crazy next to him. I love him. He's so crazy.